but I would like to see a genuine wicketkeeper there, because I feel that's a specialised job and they should have a specialist keeper.
Kiwis had one change forced on them. Stephen Fleming, stomach injury, he's out. Chris Cairns, who's been missing a few games with a hamstring strain, back in as the captain.
Virendra Sehwag will be taking strike to Daryl Tuffy, an average of 33.7. Runs in excess of 2,000, and there is the little champion. 12,538 runs in 320 matches.
So here we go, David Shepherd waves to the scores. Clayton in the semi-final of the TVS Cup. Daryl Tuffy to Virendra Sehwag, and some movement, mostly through the air. The crowd are hyped up, they've been queuing outside, but there's a great atmosphere here for this match.
Yes, Beaver.
The semi-final is that bonus points have nothing to do with those fixtures, it's just whoever wins the match. And Virendra Sehwag away with a boundary, I think, yes.
I'm sure he'll need some medicines to put on his arms there, but the ground was pretty patchy there. That is gift for Virendra Sehwag. Room outside the leg stump there. There's no grass there. Now look at Kyle Mills. A good effort there. He does look in pain.
Well, David Shepherd calls it the wide. He's been tough on lives this whole series. I don't think he's taken much notice of the indicator lines 3 feet either side of the stumps. No, it's inside it. Oh, no, I'm sorry, but I don't agree with that. That's a full delivery that could be driven. But we're playing general batter-friendly conditions here. Now that is a wide. Not going to argue with that one. And that's on the money. End of the first over. India 7 for no wicket. Tall swing bowler as well from the Ghulam Ahmed end. Sachin Tendulkar's away, straight away, immediately off the mark. And this will check the pace of the outfield. Good chase from Lou Vincent, and they come back for 3.
Back to a ball moving away. Now Sachin Tendulkar runs the first one very hard. And the reason for that is that this surface, everybody knows, is going to deteriorate as the game goes on. You can see the soil coming off when Sachin Tendulkar was running on it.
Yeah, they're good numbers. And that's cut away back with a point. That's 4. You cannot bowl out there. India get another boundary, and they're 14 for no wicket.
That was a very short delivery, and Virendra Sehwag very strong in that area. He's not going to spare anything that is going to be loose to him.
Much more like the Sehwag we're used to. Once again, good carry.
I feel when the ball gets older, it's going to get all the more difficult for the batters really to stroke it around.
Maiden over from Daryl Tuffy, 14 for no wicket. Right, that one does get up. And Mills getting the odd ball to really leap.
Hey, we're at Mills Edge, come on boys!
Daryl Tuffy. Sachin Tendulkar. Well, the over before, Kyle Mills was having a few problems, and a discussion with Harry Harron about what was happening with the surface, and skiddy when the front foot lands. How could you tell what's forward? By looking, obviously. Cut away. A good save down there. Daniel Vittori keeps him to 2.
That was a good run, Henry, by looking.
It's an interesting debate. I mean, they just changed the rule, so wherever your foot lands, we just Sachin scored his first runs on the offside for the innings. I think it's changed the rule, so where your foot lands, it's a legal delivery. It doesn't matter if it skids forward. That'll make it a lot simpler, but
because the bowlers, they want a nice surface, nice grip from the surface when they're bowling. So Good delivery, good line from Daryl Tuffy.
I think you're right, Manny. Neither person was wrong. It's just the way it is. They're bowled, but they'll pick up a single. Sanduka quickly off the mark. 3 scurry through for a single. 22 for no wicket.
Sir, can I have a quick sip?
And you see a bit of cloud in the background there, and it just drifted up in the last hour or so, and making it a bit more pleasant for the players. Edged. With extra bounce again. Big scores here. Great seaman. Look at that bounce. The open face from the Sehwag. That's got him into trouble a few times in the past.
He wants to collect as many runs as he can in the first few overs.
This time he takes a single. Into the over. 25 for the over. Black Cat bowling about that line of length.
Comes so close to the wickets, Tuffy.
Just drifting now, legs up. They hurry through for a single. Good footwork from Tuffy. Andrew Mertens like with the footwork.
Only one change in the Indian team today. Ajit Agarkar coming in place of Ashish Nehra. Saurav Ganguly was pretty thoughtful this morning, looking at the surface, what kind of team to go in with. Hits the pads, goes very fine. That's leg bites for India. 4 runs. Crowd very happy. It doesn't matter whichever way the runs come. What the Indians need here is the scoreboard ticking.
I was just thinking the crowd was getting a little quiet because there wasn't any boundaries coming. We had 2 early on.
We are at the Lal Bahadur Shastri Stadium, also known as the Fateh Maidan here in Hyderabad. Nicely punched straight down the pitch. He'll get a single for that. Like the body language of Sachin Tendulkar today, looks a lot relaxed than he did at Bangalore and perhaps Mumbai as well, where perhaps there was the pressure of knowing a target, and invariably there have been big targets for India to chase at this tournament. The trend of cricket after 48 long years will come to an end at this stadium. First test match being played 1955. Single. The last ball, 34 for no wicket.
It's a hard work here in Hyderabad for the Kiwi bowlers. Just on about the factor of the dew playing its part in the coastal cities, but not here inland.
That's 4. There was room on offer, and it went very quickly to the point boundary.
No chance for Oram, and Virender Sehwag, well, he doesn't usually miss out on these. He just loves it there. Short and wide. It's not a big ground. In a way, he didn't quite middle it. He sort of got it more at the sort of bottom end of the bat. But if you're going to bowl there, Daryl Tuffy, that's what's going to happen.
This time it's driven. That's a glorious drive. One off the back foot. The last ball, this one on the front foot. Both very good to watch.
Oh, you better believe it. That is class. One short and wide, and then he's wanted to get on the front foot because he probably thought the bowler was going to make an adjustment. Yes, he tried to swing it and get it up there and use the new ball. Yes, he just slightly over pitch. Not a lot in it. Not a bad ball by any stretch of the imagination. That is just a class shot. Cut one for 4, and then next ball, bang, through the covers.
Shot again. 3 consecutive boundaries for Sehwag.
Well, it's simply not good bowling. It's again short and asked for the treatment. And if you're going to bowl this length, in a way you're lucky it hasn't gone all the way for the maximum. This time it's just bounced a couple of times and gone into the fence. See, that sort of shot, you see both these opening batsmen Sehwag and Tendulkar, known to cut on the up and put it all the way for 6. This occasion, a couple of bounces.
Once around, Tendulkar was a little late to react. 13 runs of that over, 47 for no wicket. Indians would be wondering about the shape of the ball. Why isn't it changed? That's what they know about rugby, Danny. Given the chance, very unlike Tendulkar these days. But he'll get a couple of runs for the effort.
And you just see he's been positive here because it's a new bowler at the crease and does not want Oram to settle. And this is a good move. He's used his feet at a nice time and it's just bounced a bit and come back at him a little. I think the intention is very good. Be positive, go over the top inside the first 15 overs and make the most of it.
50 runs partnership between these two. He's just playing differently today. This is the amazing thing about Tendulkar. He's realized this is a pitch where you can't really play shots on the front foot, on the up. Look at the movement here. He's gone on the back foot a long distance. Something that he won't do on good batting pitches, where the bounce is consistent, where the ball comes onto the bat. The kind of adjustment he's quite capable of making very easily. Big adjustments at that. It's gone high up in the air. Lou Vincent is attempting an almost impossible catch. And what's worse, it's gone for 4. 55 for no wicket. Overs gone, 55 for no wicket. Kyle Mills continues. That's a great shot. First boundary for Tendulkar.
Yeah, I was just looking at the scoreboard there. It's right, Sanjay. It's his first boundary in 32 deliveries. It's quite unique for the little master inside the first 15 overs. You'd think by now, having faced 32 deliveries, he would have got one a bit earlier, but that is unique. That is the class of the man. It's on about that middle and off stump that we're just talking about, is where a bowler wants to be, and then he goes and does that because the fine leg is up the Tory, and there is no fine leg. It's a deep backward square. Sweeper is Craig McMillan out there. Now, think about Lou Vincent. Well, the possibilities of changing the state of a game. And Pune, he put down a real straightforward chance off Andrew Simons, off Chris Cairns.
Hyderabad blessed with, well, the game that decides the finalist. 12 overs gone, 62 for no wicket. Over.
It's incredible. Every little nook and cranny, little space taken up to watch this all-important sudden death match. And again, wide and short. And that's what happens. It just races to the fence.
Too much room. In fact, Tendulkar had to actually follow the ball. He wasn't looking to hit hard. I think the effort was really to get close to the ball more than anything else. And once that's done, it's a small ground, got the 30-yard circle restriction. You can see that there's too much width. Point fielder has no chance with a flashing square cut. Another one, this time to the right of Chris Harris. Same result. And bowling continues to be a challenge for Jacob Oram.
These guys on the cover circle are right back there on that 30-metre line. Just shows you the power and the timing. He's wanted to go up. Yes, it was in the air, but he was always trying to go up and underneath. Watch the bottom hand. You see, up and over. Wanted to get underneath. In fact, I think he wanted more elevation than that. And that's why the bowler was interested in sort of cries of anguish. And Harris, well, if he caught that, be out of the moon.
Oh, very fortunate Tendulkar. The fielder was lurking around the corner. I just wonder whether he was aware that he was that close to the bat. He had actually played a scoop leg side shot for a 4. Just bounced in front of Kyle Mills, and from the reaction, Tendulkar is well aware that that was a close shave, very close to Kyle Mills. That's the second catching position that Chris Gaines has for New Zealand, apart from that first slip, the wide leg slip. He's going to look for 2. Chris Nevin is quickly on the ball. 73 for no wicket. A run rate of 5.62 at the moment. Another run picked up in that area by Tendulkar. Time for a commentary change here. It's going to be Lakshman Sivaramakrishnan with Jeff Lawson.
In the air and safe again. Sachin Tendulkar goes over the top and picks up yet another boundary.
Miscalled boundary. Tendulkar, not the difficult of shots for him, but this is a difficult batting surface. The ball not coming on, but he made the adjustment of waiting for it and making sure he gets the elevation over the man at cover, and always showing the tendency to attack the bowler right from the first over.
Looking for 2 and coming back no. Set back by Tendulkar, 99 for the score.
It's a do or die game for the Indians. They have to win this one, and the little master is already at work.
They've made a good all-round contribution to the Black Caps' performances. So only 5 singles off the over, 104 for none. Direction, very poor indeed.
Pretty predictable. Defensive methods, quicker through the air, providing the batsman with the pace that he requires. Just good enough. It's good touch. He's not going to get the placement wrong. These two look devastating now at the moment. The deviation, 18 overs gone, 1-1-0. No wicket.
Oh, and that one jumped off a length. It may be one of those pitches where the slower you bowl, the more you get out of it. This ball's been out in the deep, so they saunter through to get another single. Look at 11 for 7. Chris Cairns. The batsman have time to get through. If it beats him, it's probably 2 or 3. And this time they do hurry through for a single. 113 for no score. Takes the easy single once again. Tendulkar tries to work that for another single, doesn't succeed. It's 115 for none.
Sachin Tendulkar, he's gone all the way. What a lovely stroke that was off the blade of the little champion, right from the middle of the blade, and he's decided he's not going to spare no bowler.
Oh, this is right on the top draw. Little beauty. Middled it, head down at the point of contact, and then he looks up just as it's left the blade. Lovely piece of timing.
And a lovely piece of timing there as well. He'd already decided what he was going to do. This is when he makes it very difficult for the bowlers to adjust their line and length. But there was nothing wrong with the previous delivery. He gave it for a 6. There was nothing wrong with this one. placed it beautifully. Sachin Tendulkar. He moves on to 68. Daniel Vettori starts over, and that's a 50 for Virendra Sehwag. That's his 1250 in one international. Looks a happy man. He wasn't very happy in the previous game he played against Australia. The feet weren't moving, but he's got things right in this match. This 50 will give him a lot of confidence. Look at that strike rate, 95.6. He's been pretty good. One of the last ball, 22 gone, 132 for India, which is very good for any bowler. Shot outside off, some room there for Sachin Tendulkar. Bounces onto that one, another boundary for him. Poor delivery, but to go.
Place. With this pace, you're going to bowl this amount of width. Well, I'm sorry, it's good night. He's just sitting up and saying, spank me please.
Exactly, I agree with you. Danny this time, he's played it up in the air. There is a fielder there, and it's one bounce for. Another boundary for the little master.
They're the confidence, aren't you, Mandy? What's the breakfast, pal? I'll tell you what, this guy must have had it as well. He is on fire, Tendulkar. As Jacob Oram, the outstretched hand, just short, just inside.
What is 80 of 70 balls?
Hey!
One more for Sachin Tendulkar. 23 overs gone, 143 for India.
Just haven't quite shown that ability against Australia. Now, he's really had some mental blocks, still a bit of a layover from Johannesburg in the World Cup. Down the track, they got enough on it and kept it down. So John Wright, well, they were particularly pleased the way.
What a fantastic start this has been for the Indians. The better you'll bowl on the surface. No run of the last ball, 25 gone, 147 for India. The Indians, 147. That is a short delivery. He's passed away to mid-wicket boundary. What is Daniel Vettori bowling here? I fail to understand.
Well, he got a little frustrated a couple of times and has bowled a little bit too fast and too flat. On this occasion, try to give it air and want to bowl slower, like Maninder Singh has been saying. Just a nice little bit of flight and goal, but he's dragging it down badly. You hardly ever see Vettori do that. Sticking a little bit too short, and that's what can happen. Races across the practice wickets here in Hyderabad. Yeah, I agree, Maninder. When you lose your captain, specifically Stephen Fleming, who is just such a good captain, knows the side well, knows when to change the bowlers. You can just see it in this New Zealand side, a little bit flat. They've suddenly got to give themselves an uppercut to get around this one. 26 overs gone, it's 158 without loss.
Last ball of the 27th over. Sehwag couldn't time it too well, but we'll get a single. 162 for India.
You can just tell now his sights are on that 100, just to work it around, get a single, a couple. This one's gone down the third man as well. India now 165 for none.
Oh, great bowling, Harry!
Very good bowling. It's sensibly played. The first run was ran very hard. He wants the second one. Virendra Sehwag sends him away. Now that could be danger for India. Very lucky Sachin Tendulkar. Looks pretty disappointed there.
The chat about it is that yes, he was coming to that danger end, but it's a small ground and Mills has made pretty good ground to the ball. So in a way, it was the right call. It just happened to have to be a little bit earlier. Gone down the track again and just short, comfortably short. And batsman just posted 171. And going like a train is Virendra Sehwag. And Sachin Tendulkar just gone into all parts and the 100's up. It is just too easy for the little master.
36th one-day 100. What is this man made of? I wonder. 320th one-day international. 3,600 of just 87 balls. 12 boundaries and a 6. And this 100 for Sachin Tendulkar. Now this is what we don't want the people coming on the ground, but this is the way he got it. Looks a happy man who missed out against the Australians by just 11 runs. He's very satisfied here.
And the skipper is out of his chair. 36 one-day hundreds. Astonishing. And again, just short of that man Harris. He is dynamic there at backward point. But again, it's just such a pleasure to watch this little fella. All parts of the ground and in total control here today in Hyderabad. You can see, just sense the Indians that little bit more want it. And the New Zealanders, they've their injury problems. And okay, it has to be said, they've got some issues too with Pakistan just around the corner. But you've got to switch on. You've got to forget about everything else the previous day or so and get on with the business. And again, it's just, well, it's a run at will. It is just anywhere you like.
182 for none after 30. Played it in there, Sachin Tendulkar. There is a fielder down there, Jacob Oram, and he gulps it. So that's the first wicket for the Kiwis. That is what they were looking for. 182 for 1 after 30.1 overs, and Sachin Tendulkar, after getting his 3600, wanted to put his foot on the pedal. Look at that dust coming out of that surface. This is what was expected, and that is why he couldn't time it too well. Hold it straight to mid-off. He's gone for 102. One champion goes out, comes in another one. 8,934 runs in one-day international, average of almost 44. The batter in the middle.
His tendency to step down the pitch, even to fast bowlers, the aggression was a lot more in this innings, and the result there for everyone to see. 19 overs to go, 187 for 1.
And despite the layoff, despite the injury, despite the hospitalization, he seems to be in pretty good touch. That is problems? No, it's not. It's not easy to sight these shots because generally you look searching for the ball outside. Came very fast onto the bat, and Kyle Mills just couldn't judge it.
Great luck for Virendra Sehwag. Kind of a shot is that, or I don't know what Chris Keynes was trying to tell. Really, that was extremely lucky for Virendra Sehwag. He's playing another good innings. 190 for 1. Back his rhythm, get his confidence back. It's gone fine. And a full-length dive by Kyle Mills saves at least 3 runs for his team.
There was also a definite possibility for a second run. Here is a man diving full length, sprawled on the turf there, on the boundary line, and yet he's managed to restrict it to just 1.
193 for 1. Has been called wide. This time I think Hari Haran got a confirmation from David Shepherd, who is looking at the square leg umpire.
Oh yes, indeed, it was way above his shoulder, definitely above his head, and he did get confirmation from David Shepherd, as he should. The leg umpire is in a better position to really judge. It's not a very easy call to make, Sanjay, because to judge whilst on a standing position.
Should be 4. He's found the gap. Welcome boundary for India. Brings up the 200. 200 for 1.
For 1.
to international cricket with the bat for him. Daniel Vittori, a direct hit. Wonder what would have been the result if it was a direct hit.
But that was an interesting, it would have been very interesting, very close indeed. But Daniel Vittori, a left-hander, he had to really run around it and then make the throw behind him. That's what really worked in Sehwag's favour. Off balance, what did it matter, it didn't hit.
He's going to look for two, Ganguly. And he'll get it quite comfortably in the end. Mid-on and a deep mid-wicket were trying to converge on the ball, but it was played at the right pace to get 2 runs. It's another run, will keep the strike, the Indian captain, 205 for 1. 6 overs for 26, his first effort. It's up in the air, just falling short and messed up. It's neither this nor that for Jacob Oram. 4 welcome runs for Ganguly.
Well, he thought about the catch, went for it, eventually found it was falling short and couldn't quite adjust. Just in that no man's land, he found himself in a terrible position, Oram. With the ball landing just next to you, it's always difficult to stop, especially when you're charging into it. So that's 4 for Ganguly. So the bat change has helped.
Well, I haven't seen so many bat changes ever in one innings. You had Virendra Sehwag changing his bat.
That's more runs. But this is only conjecture. I can only guess as to the reason. But could it be different surfaces require different bats, different weights?
The nature of the ball. But whatever it is, it's working today for India. Last ball of the over for Kyle Mills. It's gone fine. Jacob Oram under pressure. Does well. 213 for 1.
Given the charge over the top, and it's gone a long way. Once again, taking the new bowler on, and with a great deal of success.
That is sensational. And in fact, just about went out of the ground. Got the dancing shoes on, skipped down the track, thought it was the nightclub. Well, it might be a little later on, because I tell you, that is top draw. Beautiful timing and technique.
Forcing him to bowling shot. It's been great batting by Sehwag on a pitch which has not been pretty good for batting. Edged, and another boundary. Sehwag won't mind it. He hasn't got runs in the recent past. He picks up his 11th boundary. It's 225 for 1.
Well bowled, good slow ball. He's a wee shout, not out. 229 for 1. Chip. This is a question of mine, and again, he just leans back and says, oh look, I'll help myself. Daryl Tuffy just smashes another boundary.
Well, his presence in the Indian team has made a lot of difference. Sourav Ganguly coming for the last match against the Australians. And the batting looked good, even though he got 37, but here, the boys looking positive because the captain leads from the front. And what a shot. Not the easiest one to play. Just marginally short of leg, on the middle and off, just stands back. Oh, look at it, hand-eye coordination, what a player. And he's gone over the top, wide of the fielder, boundary to end the over. It's going all well for India. It's 240 for 1. And this was the last ball of the previous over just coming up. Sourav Ganguly goes past the strike rate over 100, giving the charge, not timing it too well, but the placement was straight. The mid-on was far too wide. Chris Gaines, the man. Tuffy disappointed. Oh, it's been a terrible day at the office for Daryl Tuffy. That'll be his 100. The 6th one in one-day international cricket, and Virendra Sehwag announces his arrival to form. Magnificent innings under the circumstances. can't bowl that line, especially the man very square on the leg side. Oh, Ganguly is a spotter bowler. You just pick up one, and the problem is Ganguly is the serious problem. Ari Haran, man in own sake and the country's sake, it's not too much of a bother. For the moment, I think he will carry on with the runner. Well, in the air and into the fence, one bounce. Sehwag on the roll. He's been absolutely outstanding.
He's been outstanding, but really this is not a good piece of bowling. It's a nice little thigh high full toss, and it's just going to disappear every time, and brings up the 250 for India, and that's just a real gimme. Close to no ball. No, they carry on. 40 overs gone, 250 for one.
Stars will start, but Ganguly will keep going in boundaries. Just staying in line. It's bearing him rich dividends.
Well, it doesn't matter who Chris Cairns brings on at the moment. Ball is just disappearing. And that is the problem for New Zealand. India are dealing in boundaries. This partnership is just running away from them, as did the opening one with a capital B. There's still a chance. And is all the way down the throat. Tuffy, he is delighted. That is a good catch. He's had to come in, the big fella.
Well, the Indian captain once again getting out of the 30s, but he had to go for it. Plenty of batting left to follow. Good catch by Darryl Tuffy, not the easiest. With this kind of background that we have in Hyderabad. Ganguly gone for 33, it's 256 for 2. Yuvraj Singh coming ahead of Rahul Dravid. Well, the stage is set for him. Sehwag will strike. Look for 2. Will get it comfortably. It's 258 for 2. A forward left hand. And he's got the fence now. Got strong forearms, Virendra Sehwag, plays with a heavy bat, and when you strike them in the sweetest spot of the bat, it's going to race away.
That's the difference. The man has started to find his form, started to find his feet. There's such a small boundary here. And again, well, he's just got hold of this. Has it gone all the way? That is out of here. All the way for the maximum. What a superb shot. 269 for 2 India.
Certainly trying to pick up singles. Those 2 shots you were talking about, Danny, the 4 and the 6. Danny Vittori's line was more or less the same.
Well, that's gone over the vacant area of slip. You can't see the field of that. That is very difficult. But again, Chris Cairns, says the captain, won't be happy because again the length is wrong in these death overs.
And that was an intentional shot. Just watch it. The uppercut. You realize that the man, the third man, was far too square. And any bat he got onto that. Clears the wicketkeeper. It's going to be a boundary. And that takes him to his best ever score. He equaled his best ever score in one international, 126. That was against England.
And again. Can't fetch that. It is all going. The smiles are there.
Straight, high and handsome, and caught. Jacob Oram, Virendra Sehwag's innings comes to an end, so another Indian batsman, after getting to 100, has been caught in the field.
And what a magnificent innings it has been. 134 balls, that 130. Well, I too, Sanjay, thought that was going out of the fence, but not so. Didn't quite get all of it. Sehwag goes 283 for 3.
Rahul Dravid has walked out. 6 overs to go now. 284 for 3. 284 for 3. Chris Harris takes a catch at point, and Yuvraj Singh has to walk back.
Some cold comfort for Kyle Mills, who does pick up a wicket. A bad catch from Harris. That ball's getting a little dirty. Wouldn't be too easy to see behind point, but Yuvraj Singh goes playing the right sort of shot. 284 for 4.
BVS Lakshman has come out to replace Yuvraj Singh. Gets off the mark straight away. They're losing a few wickets at this stage, which is quite understandable. They are looking to get beyond 300. That's an impossible target for New Zealand. It's gone with the spin. It's a slow delivery. Tuffy stops it inches from the ground. 289 for 4. Always taken like this opportunity. Has a shy at the stumps.
We haven't seen much of Craig McMillan this afternoon and this evening. Doesn't seem to have had the ball following him too much, but this is an opportunity. We've clearly been out. Fortunately, McMillan's there to back it up.
Bad delivery and punished. 4 more to India.
Styrus is going for the Yorkers. Is just a hit of reverse swing on it, but he gets it very wrong. It's full non-rail job as late stump, and players of his course do not miss opportunities like those. That was in the slot to hit.
The cover drive now. Get a couple of runs. Been a problem for New Zealand. It's a good looking shot, and it's cleared the fielder in the deep. It's an amazing shot, in fact. It's just a copybook drive hit for a 6. 300 for 4.
Dragged it on. Well, that happens towards the end of the innings. VVS Lakshman has dragged one on wide of the off stump. He went after it hard.
To throw a bat at everything, looking to hit towards extra cover. Side edge onto leg stump. Darryl Tuffy will be pleased with that wicket. 303 for 5. Darryl Tuffy. Again, I hear the Bales being knocked over again by Darryl Tuffy. Gone up in the air, just out of the reach of the fielder. Has it gone all the way? David Shepherd walking in the direction. First, wants to know from the fielder what he thinks. Then he'll go upstairs. McMillan says, I don't know.
I don't think there's another player in world cricket who is as powerful through the offside as Rahul Dravid. Now that's a wide ball. He had to reach out for it, and he had to go for 6 or 9. No, it just lands us inside, but that's still a big hit out there. That's the second big hit over Whitish mid-off we've seen. Such a difficult place to hit with power. Yes, you can hit on the leg side with power, so all the muscle groups come into play, but offside, you've got to have timing.
He's got to come back for the second. Mohammad Guest cannot come back. Nobody can. In fact, he slipped in the attempt to come back.
Have a look at this hit over the top. Reaching out, it's not really even in the power zone. And you don't put fieldsmen out there because people can't hit them out there, except this man.
Three overs to go, 309 for 5. High pull toss, and Rahul Dravid has latched onto that one. must confess, I haven't seen Rahul Dravid bat in this fashion for a long, long time. This is a cameo from Dravid, something that you don't expect from a man of his class. It's more of a disciplined, steady effort, but that's a third big blow from him.
Well, in that case, he needs to do more of it. Gets it in the hitting zone. That is a baseball shot, almost like a baseball pitch. Keeper chases this. They only pick up one. Good work from McCullum. But Oram needs to get the radar going. Bowl some Yorkers here. So, some power over extra cover and power over square leg.
And in all that, I would just wonder. Oops. Whether Hariharan may have just missed out on calling that a no ball. Seemed like a pretty high full toss.
Well, that would be rubbing salt into the wound, wouldn't it? Yes, you've been hit for 6, but it's an illegal delivery. Actually, he did check with Dave Shepherd, and Shepherd said it was okay.
Rahul Dravid has moved on to 27 of 13 balls. What an innings it's been. I think at the right time for India, just capitalizing on a great foundation laid earlier, and it was very quick build-up that India had in this innings. Sehwag, Tendulkar, with lower order complementing the batting effort at the top. Another gorgeous shot through the covers. This is turning out to be a splendid innings for Rahul Dravid.
This is just fantastic stuff from the former skipper. Once again, it's a length ball from Oram, not a Yorker. And that's the power zone. Come on, Jake, he's hit you there before.
The fine sweep. That's gone for 4 as well. So this is the biggest over by far of the innings. Don't forget, Jacob Oram has given 20 runs in 1 over in this tournament.
Little leg cutter, but sits up to be hit. This is not the time to get funky with this sort of stuff. Just bowl off stump Yorkers, that's all you have to do. We've already got 320.
We'll finish up and Jacob Oram celebrates that dot ball. 2 overs to go, 326 for 5. Last over, breaking the pattern. That's another 4. Now this is just an incredible innings. The strike rate at the moment for Rahul Dravid is 235.3.
Well, the sharp all-round strength here. Look at those wrists, the power and time. Past point. Too much width, Darrell. You've got to bowl it closer to the batsman. Let's off-stump Yorkers. This is not rocket science at this part of the game.
Boy, this is getting better. 1 bounce into the side screen. Mohammad Khair joins the party.
I forgot Mohammad Khair was batting there for a moment. Once again, width to work with. Another terrific shot. That sort of width gives the batsman room to free the arms, make a big arc, get a bit of bat speed, and they've been getting some speed.
There we are, another 4. It's become predictable at this stage.
Full toss. Once again, width. This is a part of their plan to bowl wide of our stump, but it's not working. Plan B.
Well, I think that's 16 runs from that over after a 17-run over. 342 for 5.
After this over, because they are in sick shape. Ah, well, you know, Yorker. and just a single.
Oh, that's high again. Has he got the distance? Hariharan nods and the arms go up. It's another 6 for Dravid, and this is the highest total in the tournament.
Took a bit of pace off it and Roll added the pace back on.
Furious for not being able to do better with that last ball, Dravid. He's certainly setting high standards out there.
Well, that was the ball before. If that big advertising balloon was a little bit further to the left, may have been in trouble.
Dravid was very close to getting the quickest 50. The quickest 50 for India has been scored by Ajit Agarkar, 50 of 21 balls. Mohammad Kaif gets a single. He still has a chance, Dravid, to get the second quickest 50 along with Sehwag and Kapil Dev for India. Scoop square drive. He will get the second run. So that's the second quickest 50 for Rahul Dravid and India's second ever quickest 50. And isn't he pleased? He has the right to be John Wright. Not normally very expressive. You can see the man is pleased, and so are these boys.
5 4s, 3 6s. Mohammad Kaif just performed his role beautifully. He got 15 off 9 without being noticed. Dravid explosive, and to follow Tendulkar and Sehwag, and to be remembered, you had to do something special. This man's done it.
India 50 overs have got 353 for 5.
Just what India needed.
Just about half an hour's time.
And for those of you who joined just now,
It's an over for all 50. If they get that, they can celebrate. It's a long way away.
Zahir Khan will start proceedings. Chris Nevin on strike. Way to the line. Just gets away because there is protection in the deep. Nevin gets off the mark. Ball will depend on the opening Paradishu. There's a misunderstanding. In fact, Nevin was looking for the single. Lou Vincent said no.
Lines up at Eden Gardens on Tuesday.
Big appeal. Hariharan taking his time. Well, the indications, the keeper didn't move. The left arm over. Was it pitching in line?
Quite close. Just a confusion of bat and PAK together here. Now, I think it might be an inside edge. A good decision. Vincent's trying hard to get forward, which you must do, and just a bit of bat on it there, so good decision. Those behind the wicket wouldn't have known there was an inside edge. It wasn't much, so they can give it.
Gets off the mark and in great style. Lou Vincent in the slot, making full use of it. First boundary for the Black Caps and first one for Lou
Way to
Vincent.
get off the mark. Tony Khan is up full, which you need to be with the new ball. You can afford to attack with it still swinging. Gets a short back lift. Very efficient stroke. He gets all 4.
Running the first one hard. Agarkar charging it. Just keep it a single. First over gone. It's 6 for no loss. Up to Lou Vincent. With a swing there and called a wide.
He's not exactly sure how much this will swing early on.
Oh, swing and a miss. Very close to the line that he bowled the last ball, but this wasn't called a wide.
Well, I think it's the identical line, but that went over the bat. No, the bat was only the...
Once again, a bit of swing. Draw with the man behind the stumps. Edged past the man at second slip. Interesting. Ajit Agarkar is getting a little bit of swing. Well, that's a beauty. There is enough swing. He's got to get the line and length in order, and he could well have a handful of wickets. Ajit Agarkar looks for wickets, even though he's on the expensive side as per the economy rate. Really doesn't matter. Dismiss the top order. Giving the charge, and he's gone. Ajit Agarkar draws blood, and he deserves it. Just a bit of swing, and the length was good, and New Zealand have lost the wicket.
He's appeared, but he's almost stumbled over his own feet. Very poor shot that. Not too many options when you're chasing a big score. Chris Niven goes a bowl, 8 for 1.
It's in the air, and one bounce into the fence. It's an area where Lou Wilson likes. Always a chance to clear. Just 3 men on the leg side.
Yeah, not good bowling. Just lacking the control. We're used to seeing Zahir Khan with such pinpoint control. He's not quite sure how much it's spinning. And this one swings down the leg side.
Play and a miss again. Much better delivery. 3 overs gone. 15 for 1.
Oh, that's a better shot. Well, it's so well struck with his 4. I thought that was going straight to third man for a moment.
Bowled at a fairly crisp pace, 138. Coming on to the bat, standing tall on the shot. A little bit of swing giving him the width. And great strike. That's a wonderful delivery. He's got the batsman thinking.
The outswinging off cutter. Reasonably difficult to play. Great seam, swings away a little, just straightens up back off the seam. Any more and it takes off stump. I really like the way Ajit Agarkar goes about his job. I'd like to see him open all the time.
Good over. 4 overs gone. It's 19 for 1. Magnificent shot this. Stand and deliver. 4 written all over it. And he's looking in very good touch.
Look at the head from Zahir because there wasn't a lot wrong with that. That's a drive very much on the up.
5 overs gone. 24 for 1. Well, that's a good shot, and he's given him. Just as I mentioned a little earlier, it's the leg that's the key for Ajit Agarkar against a man who gets across on his front leg. Great delivery. Chris Harris, another disappointing outing in the middle, has to take the long walk back.
Well, it's a terrific delivery. Starts out, pitches middle, straight. I mean, that is absolutely plumb. David Shevin, no hesitation, went up with the appeal because that's hitting middle 3/4 of the way up. New Zealand now 25 for 2.
Starr is the new man in. Played a superb innings in Cuttack. Has the ability, but can he do it tonight? One thing for me, not only is he a useful customer with the new ball, but he can bat. He's a superb fielder, Ajit Agarkar.
He's a permanent fixture, or should be.
Well, that's a glorious shot. Superb stop. Mohammad Kaif, not to be left out. Retrieved by Karthik Murli. Pick up the singles, 26 for 2. Starr is the man. He's gone up in appeal. Umpire Hari Harin not interested. Change in commentary. It's going to be Danny Morrison. With him is Sanjay Manjrekar.
Played the shot well, Lou Wilson. Looking to hit on the up to even short balls. Gets onto the front foot. Hits on the rise.
So it's a side pad. And we'll go for 4 to finish the 7th over. 32 for 2.
On this trip, not in the test series as well as in the one-day tournament. Interesting shot, 4 runs. Very short outside the off stump.
couple of years, Scott Styris really loves to go for a pull shot that is often in front of mid-wicket. So not so much the hook shot, but it's a real powerful, menacing pull shot. And he's had to fetch this from a long way outside off stump. But it's the length that's the key for Styris. Really likes to go for that. The rest of it's pretty average.
He's found the gap. That's going to go for another four, the second of the over.
And the nature of this outfield, how quick it is, and how small the boundary is as well. Just goes past that 30-metre circle, almost in a flash, and has reached the rope.
Once again, he's just flayed through the offside. Scott Styris is looking dangerous. He's the man in form for New Zealand, mind you.
Well, it's going to be slightly up there with a bit of width. I think this is the key. It's the way to go for Styris. He figures, 354 is a long, long way off. And it's going to take some, immense piece of magic to get New Zealand home. So it's not impossible, but really recording performance. It's a bit sharp, and certainly not out. Pitched outside the line.
It's pitching is 8 inches outside the leg side. He looks at where the ball has hit the batsman on the pads. It's gone in the air, but fair amount of bat on it. That will roll on to the practice pitches, and after that, it's only 4.
And if you've got a little bit more cleaner with the execution on it, just see the back swivel in the hands there of Lou Vincent. Trying to go inside out and over the top. It's the right option. At the start of this tournament. Again, that's pitched outside. He's given it though. Wow. I thought this was shaping down the leg side, but he's got the leg before Vincent, and he's got to go.
You've got to know Hariharan by now. He started nodding the moment the ball hit the pads, and when he starts nodding, you've got to say the batsman is in trouble. Just pitching outside the leg stump. Doesn't matter where it was heading after that. There it is, the nod and the side-on decision. 48 for 3, Craig McMillan. Best of 105. Also with a shot delivery, India on fire. And it's quite acceptable, Danny, when you thought that it shouldn't have been given out. With the blue mat, we'll get an idea, just pitching outside leg stump. And I wonder, it was also going on to hit the stumps.
So I just thought that I'm probably just going to be hugging down the leg side. But in the end, it wasn't a bad shout. Thought about a bye. 9 overs gone here. New Zealand 48 for 3.
Another look at that leg before. Well, I think it was clearly missing leg stump. Slow delivery picked up early by Scott Styris. Just continues his great form in this little innings. Scott Styris, that's his 4th boundary.
Because he just flicks through that bottom hand. It was slightly slower delivery.
Calls early Scott Styris. Gets a single. Overs gone, 55 for 3. Welcome to Tendulkar with a boundary.
$10 for the game for you is a bit easier in the back. It's pretty easy there for Craig McMillan. Shoots it wide and says thanks.
It's gone fine. Murali Karthik will stop that. A couple of more runs to New Zealand. We've got to say, reading the pitch is a bit like rocket science. Not easy. That's a good shot. Got into a great position, Scott Styris. 66 for 3. Batting domination here.
You see, this is still good carry. You've had first use of it.
He had a good delivering. Length is good, he's getting some movement in the air.
Kumre is the man on. And just belted before.
He's in terrific form, Scott Starris. Really got to think now. The mid-off fielder to long off. Oh! Could be a close shot. It's on the pad first. And Kumble was absolutely convinced that he had his man, but not so David Shepard.
Well, shit knows it's close, but you give me the batsman a bit of a bat. Here's a bit of bat first. Well, it's all bat on the pad and ball around there. I can understand why. Styles down the wicket again in the air. Just clears the circle. This might be cut off. Well, it should have been cut off.
So the fielder at long off is there, but there's nobody at long on. It was important that he just manages to go over that mid-on fielder, which he did, and that was pretty sloppy stuff in the end.
Outside the line.
It's a good decision. It's just too close to make any kind of a decision, and if there is any doubt in your mind, he's also fairly forward.
Cuts away, no run there. 78 for 3.
The original plan this time has gone over the top, the outside edge, and gets 4 for it.
Happy. This is hard to defend. It's really a big top edge. The race is over the top of Thurston's head. It wasn't aimed there. It was aimed somewhere down the ground.
Quickly onto the 38 here.
And no run off the last ball, the over. Well bowled, 82 for 3.
Good line length, quick. Good running between the wickets between these two.
So this is mind when you work the ball against the spin. Well, that's 4.
Margin of error from there. Minuscule, really. Played on the rise, played square, played well.
In the air, man into it, won't quite get there. But the ball hung.
This is a peculiar shot. It's just sort of a chip against the turn. Real no chance of success. Fortunate for him that Murali Karthik couldn't quite reach it.
That's a more orthodox stroke from the Indian bowlers, and a bit of new ball work from Sachin Tendulkar so far. And now with the first 15 overs expired, a little fumble there, but the Black Caps don't take advantage of it. A couple of tenths less, and you can see there's a little bubble. It's not that easy out there. Sachin probably wouldn't know, he doesn't field that far from the bat most of the time. But in 2, if they hurry, they do hurry, they turn well. That was the key to that too.
He's got a good arm, Ajit. Whips in the throw, but Starris is very quick indeed.
Just another single, so a successful over in many ways for India, 96 for 3.
Very well bowled. Now, if Kumble starts getting his leg breaks to work, the batsman just better watch it.
The bowl.
Well done, your way, brilliant, your way. That's great fielding, your way.
Much better over this from Kumble, because I think he slowed it down. There's a bit of grip there. In the air again, the long on, but Murali Karthik gets it on the second bounce on this occasion. Into the over, 99 for 3.
Ball with 100 of New Zealand has come up pretty obtrusively, but this one's a bit of hurry for. A direct hit may have done it.
A direct hit is a real problem here for Scott Styris. See, the throw's only from 35 yards. Pick up just a single here to win. Another tidy Tendulkar over 105 for 3. Man it deep straight, and that one's eased between the gap. So well between the gap, in fact. But the full toss has been punished by a boundary.
Slightly premeditated, came down, got the full toss, really put it away in style. Styris is looking ominous at the moment.
Spun it up in the air, and that will bring the half century for Scott Styris. Not in the most dramatic or eloquent of fashions, but very effective nonetheless.
Just the kind of innings New Zealand needed from him. 50 or 43.
That's out. But really stride that little lap sweep that he cleaned so many runs from, doesn't get it right. And Roll Driver takes a reasonably easy catch. Big blow for India. McMillan, the big scorer, gone.
Bit of turn there, couldn't quite control it, and Rahul Dravid accepts it gleefully, and he knows he's got the big one. McMillan gone for 20, it's now 110 for 4.
The Black Cap skipper comes to the crease a little earlier than he would have liked. He was the man for the job about 3 for 200, but it's just 4 for 110 at the moment. And all Kumle's just struck a length. He's turned a couple, just enough to make the batsman think, and this one turned a fraction.
It's that turn that he's getting, and the ball is holding up a little bit now. It's the one that he couldn't quite control. Anil Kumble, once he starts turning the leg breaks, can be a really difficult customer to handle.
Good over India, 110 for 4. Murali Kartik begins his first over, replacing Sachin Tendulkar. And there's that sweep again. Well, the Kiwis are keen on that, and this time they'll score off it. Just a single. Just to join you for the next 30 minutes or so, you've got Danny Morrison and Lakshman Shinaramakrishnan.
Thank you, Jeffrey Lawson. And Nelson is up for New Zealand. 1-1-1 for 4. Craig McMillan. For a moment there, he didn't know where it went. Premeditated sweep. It has been productive for him over here in India. Not tonight. Gans thought about it as well there for a split second, was thinking about that sweep. Tendulkar's got a bit of work to do. And does it well. Come back for 3.
Gets off the mark, Chris Gaines. Capable of playing the big innings and the big shots. A lot depends on him. Tendulkar and Persit. Good work.
Thought about 2, but it's not there. 21 overs gone, it's 118 for 4. Oh, well, he's pushed this through. He's getting a bit more confidence here, Kumble. And over the top. And gone. Ajit Agarkar, as easy as you like. Styris is out of here.
It is always on the cards when you take a spin bowler who has the ability to beat you in the air and get some deviation off the pitch. There's every chance he's going to pick up a wicket. Seeing the batsman come down, had to make the adjustments. Murali Kartik pulling it a wee bit back, doesn't get the elevation, and Ajit Agarkar has got superb pair of hands. What a delight, a bundle of joys. Murali Kartik picks up a wicket in his second over. Star has gone for 54, 118 for 5.
Jacob Owen has joined Chris Cairns. Oh, they got a wonderful 81 in Pune against Australia early on in the tournament. And he is here because Scott Styris didn't quite get the shot.
They'll look for the single and retain strike. It's 121 for 5.
Outside edge, purposely played, just opened the blade there nicely and has got 4 for it as the Mexican wave goes around the ground.
But look at that spirit, just opening the face of the bat. Anil Kumble provides you the pace. As long as you give it direction, get in the right areas, plenty of runs to be picked up behind the wicket. Well, Anil Kumble again pressed it. Could be leg buys. 127 the way in which they played in the game here today. The reverse. Effective. Very good results.
Oh, the bowler. This is a superb reverse sweep, and to play it so early. Well, it's only Oram's delivery, but if New Zealand are going to threaten anywhere near India's total, they have to do a bowl. 133 for 5. So you're giving away some little trade secrets here for Anil Kumble. I hope those Australians are listening. Lovely bowling, just there, just drifting and going across the left-hander, outside edge. 136 for 5. It's an absolute mile off, and he's going to be stumped. Jacob Oram, there's almost a run out. He was so far down the wicket. And Rahul Dravid, easiest of stumpings.
Good work by Rahul Dravid this time. Not the easiest of stumpings, mind you. Even though Jacob Oram was a long way down, getting in between the bat and the pad. Enough time for Dravid. Excellent piece of bowling from Murali Karthik. He has been a sensation. But to me, he's the best left-arm spinner in the country. Oram gone, 136 to 6.
Wicketkeeper Brenda McCullum telling the you two work together, the same company. Oh, you guys, you just got to relax and get away from your old teammates. Very even. That's all you can ask from a pitch. Consistency. 138 for 6. Chris Cairns quiet. The strike got around 145. Disintegrate. Leg spinners like appealing, don't you?
Especially Anil Kumble, because he bowls stump to stump. He's not a big turner of the ball. The extra bounce certainly will have gone over the stumps, but a little bit of excitement every time a leg spinner bowls. Well, this time the slips is going up, not the leg spinner. 139 for 6.
Robert there quickly on the ball. He's got to spare a moment for somebody like Murali Karthik. So he would be given the message in no unclear terms that your performance will be watched. And so goes for the other players as well.
Bowling.
Another good over comes to an end. 141 for 6. And the required rate is enormous.
Yes, to be exact, more than 10. Whoops. Turn there for Anil Kumble. Saw Anil Kumble practicing in the morning, trying to bowl a little round arm so that he could get that kind of turn.
Well, it's Rahul Dravid's day. Just have a look.
And then they have them on the mat. 143 for 6.
And no great magic money, just great leadership. Not a bad shout. Just held it line. 143 for 6. Murali Karthik now in his 6th over. Hit with a lot of power to long off. And excellent fielding, although the batsman will get 2 runs. That's a clean hit. Boy, he's the master of six hitting, Chris Gaines. Seen a few in this match. This is New Zealand's first.
Well, he's taken this from his daddy, Lance Gaines. He used to hit big ones, really. This man, oops, he is powerful.
Always a clean hit when Chris Gaines is hitting. Working the bail off Rahul Dravid. David Shepherd's concern about the bails coming back on the stumps. Not going to be referred, and rightly so. It's gone for the sweep shot. Anil Kumble, man in the deep, does well. The applause of everybody on the field.
Saurav Ganguly does to this team. We've never seen them fielding so well in this triangular series. And look at this here. What an effort. Fantastic.
Get a single, Chris Gaines. Thought of the second. 154 for 6. Going to be out. Zahir Khan will take that comfortably. Anil Kumble gets a wicket. It's a good one. Chris Gaines walking back to the pavilion.
Yes, Anil Kumble in his last over. He's already had one wicket before this one. Saw him coming, stepping out and trying to make room there. Pitched it a little short. Couldn't time it too well. That's the 7th disaster for the Kiwis. 23 for Chris Gaines, 154 for 7 New Zealand.
Daniel Vettori enters a very festive atmosphere here at the Lal Bahadur Shastri Stadium. Every time there's a fall, a wicket, a changeover. And the local DJ, the DJ at the ground, has been picking up some very nice numbers. And there was one very good, especially number after this wicket.
No problem there for Zahir Khan. There is an appeal there. He's gone up for everything, Anil Kumble. Yes, Sanjay is a very intense cricketer. I've seen him bowl at the nets. You've toured with him quite a lot. He doesn't like to give away anything in the nets as well. And that's the character he carries on to the field.
Got 315. End of the over, 165 for 7. Required rate now 11.06. Yuvraj Singh with his very slow left-arm spinners being introduced is the one used at the moment.
Well, a little bit of mix-up here, but a run easily in the end.
In the ribs, 157 for 7. He's looking very good indeed. Just the self-confidence that's growing with Murali Karthik.
Sanjay has got a fantastic body language as well when he walks back. You can see that he's thinking what he's going to do when he bowls the next delivery. That's very important.
Up in!
Oh,
158 for 7.
Murali Karthik will continue into his 9th over. 2 for 33 for him so far. Got it. A lot of positives, plus points for the Indian team in this game. Well, they've not only batted extremely well, the bowlers are doing the job. Kumble 2 for 36 in his 10. Murali Karthik bowling well. Sachin Tendulkar was the star of the show in the morning. Beg your pardon, in the afternoon. 102 of 91. Bowled 5 overs, useful overs.
Only one!
They're looking for the second. It decides against it. Most cricketers will be very high on confidence going into the final, peaking at the right time. Singles will come quite easily. It's 176 for 7.
Bouncing back and forth. Pleasant time to bowl for Yuvraj. Asking rate rather ridiculous, just over 15s. Here's McCullum.
Going for the reverse, Daniel Vettori. Has he made good contact? Yes, he has. innovative and effective is Daniel Vittori.
Just enjoyed the look on the bowler's face, one of disgust. Couldn't believe tail end of Dan Vittori could get it that fine and play it that well. And just happy to have some time in the middle, noodle it round. 183 for 7.
Into his last over, Murali Karthik. A bit of misunderstanding. Big close, the throw is good, but it isn't.
And also just to keep your levels up, your standards. You don't want to get too sloppy here, India.
And then the spinners. Anil Kumble was a little expensive earlier on, but eventually ended up with 2 for 36.
Black caps, all in black. Quite appropriate, really. All in black morning. 185 for 7. And just at the right time. But they're enjoying themselves out there, India, because they've completely outplayed the New Zealanders.
It's the last league game. It's the one that the New Zealanders are going to lose. Single to keep strike, 187 for 7.
Sachin Tendulkar has come on. Mix up the right, should be out. And they're going to go upstairs. I think Daniel Vittori could keep going to the dressing room.
Well, Shepard was looking at Daniel Vittori, expecting him to carry on walking. Danny, for a moment, just stood his ground, Daniel Vittori. That's prompted Shepard to ask for the replay. Assistance being asked. Shivaram, the third umpire, the local man from Hyderabad. But Vittori is quite convinced that he's gone. But you still have to wait. The third umpire, Yuvraj, the fielder, both men at the same end. Wasn't a very good throw away from the stumps. Tendulkar gets in time and he's gone, is he? I think so. Yes, he's gone. He's gone by a yard. So the 8th wicket falls for New Zealand. Dave Shepard was in a very good position. Just look at the umpire getting into a nice position and he's gone. The red light comes on. Vittori gone for 19. It's 187 for 8. Kyle Mills, the new man in. 24 years of age, 24 matches. It's an average of 10.64. Bowling! Exciting. Tendulkar is excited for the leg breaks for the first time today.
Yuvraj Singh quick on his feet. And Daniel Vittori shaking hands with Brendan McCullum down the other end. And Sachin Tendulkar did the rest.
Andrew Simons will seam up, then off spin. Well, we thought John Buchanan's taking the cue from the Indian prodigy, genius Tendulkar. He's trying everything, trying to match. Wouldn't be surprised if India do just surprise many millions around the world by pulling it off. Come back to that. It's 188 for 8. Zaire Khan comes back into the attack in place of Yuvraj Singh. Called for it, and he made a mess of it. Anil Kumble it was.
Never easy under lights at night when you're running in. But Anil Kumble, mate, you should have done better than that. Just moves away from it there. Last split second. Day 9 there at Eden Gardens. Really looking forward to that one.
Will retain the strike. McCullum, 191 for 8.
Thought about a double. Wasn't there. Oh, most definitely. From India's perspective, wouldn't they love this game to be mirrored for Tuesday afternoon and evening? A few wides here and there, but generally they have been dictating terms.
Bound to have a bad game at some point in time. Look at that in a minute. Tendulkar, not a bad delivery, firmly struck. McCullum moved along nicely to 26. Well, two things are going to be important. It's the toss for one thing for sure. The second thing is the attitude. We've seen Adam Gilchrist and Matthew Hayden come out very positive and dominate from ball one. That'll bring the 200 for New Zealand. It's 200 for each. They've been up in long numbers. People waiting for hours to get into the ground. Had to work very hard for the tickets, but I'm sure they would have enjoyed each and every moment of the game.
You've got the balance with the spinners. Unfortunately,
previous delivery. Just getting up a little too early is Rahul Dravid, so the more he keeps, the more he works on it in practice sessions, will be better for India. Got a bit of wood onto it, boundary to end the over. It's 205 for 8. 205 for 8, 45 overs have been bowled. New Zealand require 149 from 30 balls. Run rate required 29.80. Well, to take you through the last final moments of the play, it's going to be Jeff Lawson. With him is Sanjay Manjrekar.
Yes, it seems like a pretty steep target required rate. 30.62, especially when you've got 2 wickets in hand. Let's have a look at this one, whether it was the wrong one from Tendulkar. Yes, it was. Gets that wrist into a great position to get that googly.
He's got the full repertoire, Satch. And Big Kyle Mills doesn't see too many googlies in any case. Rahul picked it though.
Still searching for his first wicket. Tendulkar, 208 for 8. Zair Khan gets a good delivery, leaving the right-hander.
As the black cap batsman might be meandering along, but this is good practice for Zair Khan. He hasn't been in great form.
Very wide stance. Another angled delivery by Zair Khan.
They said this was going to die.
Batting on 31. Good delivery, nipping back. The knock comes in. That's dangerous for the batsman. They spotted the nod. Batsman was in trouble. Zair Khan has picked up another wicket. His second. McCullum, I would say, is not too happy.
I think he's entitled to be not happy. I haven't seen a replay yet, but this is like pitched outside leg and missing leg again. But we'll get another look. Let's see what this pitch is. Well, that's the outside leg stump and it's too high, so that's not even worth appealing for, I don't think. That is a pretty poor decision, but makes no difference to the game. 208 for 9, New Zealand.
Darryl Tuffy, the last man for New Zealand. Played competently on that occasion by Darryl Tuffy. So 1 wicket to go for Indians, and Zair Khan picks up his second wicket. The ball that is pitching outside the leg stump to start with, and also the height factor, as Jeff Lawson explained, hitting him the inside thigh. Brendan McCullum is not happy, and it's fair to say I think Hariharan has not had such a good game. A Again, the nod comes and the finger goes up. There's no doubt about where the ball was heading this time. The last wicket for India, and New Zealand have been dismissed for 208, which means India win the final match in the league stage by 145 runs, and they have secured their berth in the finals, the Eden Garden with Australia.
When you play back, you're much more likely to be given out, even though that's pitched outside leg stump again. It's hitting the stumps this time at least. Looked ugly. The Indians celebrate, they gather in their huddle and look forward to the next match, feeling much more confident with the state of their play.
The security guard also get their own huddle to protect the Indian huddle. So their India win by 145 runs, and it's a typical Indian performance, Dev. When pushed against the wall, they come up with their best. They won the toss, batted first. It's been their match right from the start.
Yeah, and they have started through this competition, but today that was set alight by their batting, and their batting has been slightly inconsistent. But today they made the big score that makes winning one-day cricket so often easy, and it allows your bowlers to operate at a little less stress. And Sachin's performance was certainly a big part of that.
So fitting game for the Hyderabad crowd on what is likely to be the last match on this ground, the Lal Bahadur Shastri Stadium. New Zealand looking to score 354 to win, managed 208 with Scott Cyrus their top scorer with 54, and McCallum hanging in there for a long time for his 31.
And all the bowlers did well. Zahir Khan picked up the two late ones there to finish with 3 for 30. Once again, I was very impressed with Murali Kartik. Very cool performer. Kumble good as well. Everyone did their job.
So confirmation of what was going to be a critical game for both sides. It was the virtual semi-final, as we've been talking. India have won the last of the league match comfortably. 353 for 5 batting first, and New Zealand falling short by a long way, 146 runs. And as a result, India qualified for the finals, which is to be played on